Today's feature is of the much anticipated Johnny Juzang NCAA Tourney film edit breakdown of UCLA's run from the first four to the Final Four and their heartbreaking loss against Gonzaga. But he was one of the best players in the NCAA tournament so far and will most likely get drafted much higher than anticipated because of this excellent run he had. And there was two parts of his game that really stood out when you started to break down his film. The first one is his ability to play out a triple threat. Triple threat and mid post are very similar, but it's catching on the perimeter and not immediately attacking a closeout, but going jabs, rip throughs, sweep throughs, and playing out of your defender arriving to you on the catch. So the first one's going to start with a Kawhi jab, which is basically the ball is going to go over top. So you can see the on-ball defender's hands right here, which is connected to his right hip, which will be his jab foot. And the ball's protected on his left hip, his pivot foot hip. He's going to rip over top and then quickly sweep over top and quickly rip back through to get this hand away. So let's watch that. Now that alters his primary defender stance. Now he's going to load step. And watch how he creates contact right here with this little bump. And then he gets to 2 feet for this fadeaway at the nail. Next we have basically a cross screen. And then he's going to come up and receive the ball at the left elbow. He's going to pivot back. He sees space and that his primary defender's hands are down. So he rises right into a jumper. Okay, so you can see how he's being guarded right here. He's going to get the ball over to his right hip, and then he's going to beat his defender. You can see how his hand gets over top to swipe down, gets to a spot for a baseline pull-up, clean dribble pickup. He is really good at this move where he bumps the defender and then goes right into a stride step floater. You're going to see it numerous times over this film edit. So you can see he goes low sweep through. He finds the defender's body right here. So he gets contact with his defender, bumps him, and then goes right into a little touch floater. Now this is the KD move. So you can see the defender's hand is right here on his right hip, trying to jam his hip. It moves up slightly. Now you can see it's right under his armpit. So he's going to violently sweep the ball up and get to the foul line. This next one, so you're going to see his off-ball action next in the breakdown, but you can see baseline staggers. He catches it. Now, this is what I call a circle jumper. So you can see his primary defender is shading him to the baseline, and you can see he's stabbing and moving his hands. So he moves the ball over to the right side of his body and goes up for a circle jumper. It's a big Anthony Davis move. Comes off an exit screen, catches it, starting his jab game, sweeps through low, and here we are again. Stride step, touch floater versus the rotating shot blocker. Here he's going to be moving his foot, his right foot, and moving the ball. Sweeps through, bumps, right to a little stride, step, touch floater again. Okay, so this is just a big time shot. This is a shot maker right here. He goes load step, doesn't get anything, good defense. Between the legs, dribble three, pickup. You can see he moves the ball around a lot when he's in triple threat, so always keeping the defender's hands guessing. Load step, finds body contact, and gets to the foul line. So another one of the progressions you can do off of triple threat is go live ball dribble. So he doesn't get anything off the jab game. So he's going to go live ball, bumps right back into that little touch floater, which he has mastered at this point. Okay, so the next point of emphasis I saw when breaking down his film was the off-ball screening. He moves very efficiently and effectively. So this first one of Ricky's, basically, I call it a Ricky a rescreen. Curls it. They have 3 to the ball. So his primary defender, which is lock and trailing, you have the screener's defender stepping up, and you have the defender from who just passed it basically stepping in to help. Gets fouled because he goes under him, doesn't allow him to land. So here you can see they have baseline staggers. comes back off of him. They switch it late. He pops back to long two make. So exit screen can also just be called a down screen. So you can see right here, his defender tries to shoot the gap right here. So he just flares back, a little pop back three. This was a great action from UCLA. So they go cross screen to enter the ball. And now Michigan started top locking him, which is not allowing him to come off the screen because he's supposed to come back off right here for the Ricky action, the rescreen. So he back cuts. They don't help well enough. So you can see they're top locking him again, not allowing him to use the wide pin down screen. So he inside cuts right to the nail for a mid-range jumper. Here we are again with a baseline staggers action. His defender tries to shoot the gap right here at the last minute on the second screen. He gets right to the level for a jumper. Okay, we got a wide pin down right here. So you can see he uses his hands very well to get away from his primary defender to create separation. And when you don't feel a hand basically on your body, your first thought coming off that wide pin down and you curl it should be shooting it just like he does here. Great read. Okay, so now watch his primary defender. And you can see they don't call this in college or the NBA. So he stops and starts, then comes off. You can see his primary defender still has his hand on him. So he feels that. So he knows he has to get the ball on the ground. Dribble, little hop, gets to the foul line again for a touch floater. So he flares off this screen now. They go under. So now he's in his triple threat and he's moving the ball a lot again. Load step downhill. Little side step mid-range baseline jumper. So you're going to see this back to back. So it's going to be a BOB, baseline out of bounds. They're going to go screen across for him. So two screens. He's coming off for a curl. 1-2, great base. Knocks down another jumper. Here it is again. Two screens. Hops into it going the other way. Over his left shoulder, he hops. Over his right shoulder, he goes 1-2. Here's another wide pin down. So he feels his defender right here. That hand is reaching out to get body contact. He goes one dribble right into a little pull-up at the elbow. Baseline staggers. They try to shoot the gap again. He catches it. He's going to rip through. He finds body here. And now he's going to get back middle. Draws contact again with that stride step. Now off another baseline out of bounds. They got an elbow screen right here. He's going to curl it right into a left-right jumper. Johnny Juzang was incredible in this NCAA tournament. The two things that really stood out and I wanted to highlight for his film breakdown was how well he played out of triple threat and how well he played out of off-ball screening actions.